is Teresa. Have you ever heard of the latest and the greatest? Have you ever heard somebody talk about, have you ever heard of the world's greatest kept secret? Or have you ever heard of people talking about that's what's popping, that's what's needed today? If you haven't, let me tell you what it is. The world's best kept secret, the latest and the greatest, is you. It's you. Why do I say that? Why do you say that, Teresa? The best kept secret is you and your journey in life. I know a lot of times we go through life thinking about the things that we went through in our past and how bad it was and how shameful it was, and I don't want people to know I did that, or I don't want people to know I went through that, or I don't want people to know I was exposed to that, or I broke that law, or I did whatever it is that you did, because we want to keep it hidden in the dark. But those are the times for you to be vulnerable. We have to be vulnerable. We have to show ourselves to the world so that the world can be delivered. When I say the world, I'm not necessarily saying the world. You need to know when to disclose and when not to disclose. But there is somebody. They don't even know that you're their latest and greatest, the best kept secret. They don't know that you're their best kept secret. But you are. All your trials and tribulations has brought you to a point such as this. For a time such as this, today, tomorrow, next week, next year, whenever the time arises for you to tell your story, for you to break down your walls, break down every barrier that prevents you from sharing your story to somebody, because your story could be inspiration for them. I have no problem with telling my story. I do. I'm selective when I share it because, you have to be mindful of who you're talking to and what the needs are at that time. But there are people in your circle right now. There are people who come to you for guidance. There are people that you mentor and you may not even know that you're mentoring them. There are people that you're coaching and you may not even know that you're coaching. They're looking at you. So sometimes you have to break down those walls and tell them, this is Teresa's story. And I'm telling you my story in hopes to bring light to your story and let you know that you will not always be that way. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy come in the morning. If I'm going through my situation and I'm in my night hour, in order to help me know that day is coming, joy is coming, you can tell me about your story. So the more you tell me about your joy, that your day, your sunshine, the better my situation become. I can have hope. People always got to have hope. So remember, you are the best kept secret. You are the latest and the greatest. You are what's popping. Remember that, and never be ashamed to tell somebody who you are. I always say they can compare me to who I was, but they can't judge me by that. You can look at who I was yesterday. You look at me for who I was whenever, but you can't judge me by it. You can talk about it, but who cares? But you cannot judge me, but you can compare me. So tell your story. Let your story be known. There's people out there who's waiting to hear your story. I hope this helps you.